Hey, welcome to the Waste-Time Continuum. I'm your host, Chris. Today, we're going to take a look at RoboCop's Ed 209 1/6 scale figure from Hot Toys. This thing is a beast, so don't go anywhere. I've been a huge RoboCop fan since I was a kid, and Ed 209 has been one of my favorite robots of all time. So let's check him out. Ed comes packaged in a 6-panel box by package designers Dixon Chan and Monster Jr. The box has a textured, almost plastic surface and an illustration of Ed 209 on the front, as well as shiny chromed text. Inside, you're going to find a big block of polystyrene with the Ed 209 text chiseled into the surface. When you remove the lid, you will find Ed safely packed inside. The design and engineering for Ed 209 was done by Ray Ling and Mars Kwan. The likeness for Ed is spot on, with no inaccuracies that I can identify. There are sculpted and real braided wires and cables, both exposed and hidden away, that blend with each other so perfectly that it's virtually impossible to tell where real wires end and sculpted ones begin. In addition to the wires, Hot Toys has engineered all kinds of minor moving parts into this figure, such as rotating leg coils, moving ammo canisters, leg pistons, spring-loaded leg suspension, and collapsing armor plating on his shins and toes. Ed weighs in at 5.5 pounds. With his legs fully lowered in his resting position, he's 14 inches tall, and he stands at 18 inches with his legs fully extended. Ed 209 also comes with audio and sound effect features. You get a remote control with included batteries, but you'll need to supply your own AAA batteries for Ed. Once you power up Ed and the remote, you have access to 3 quotes and sound effects from the film by hitting the B and O buttons.
Put down your weapons. You have 20 seconds to comply.
Think you better do what he says, Mr. Kenny.
You now have 15 seconds to comply. You are in direct violation of Penal Code 113, Section 9. You now have 5 seconds to comply. 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm now authorized to use physical force.
There are over 60 points of articulation in Ed 209, which are entirely hidden because of the robotic nature of the figure. He has articulated shoulder armor, a swiveling shoulder mount, ball-jointed shoulders, a ratcheted elbow joint, a forearm swivel. Ed has double ball-jointed articulation in his waist, double ball-jointed hips, extendable legs, 2 articulation points at the knee, one to rotate in and out, and the other to pivot forward and back. He has a pivot point just below the knee, articulated leg locks, ball-jointed ankles, articulated toes. Ed also has a cool articulated rocket launcher mechanism. With removable rockets. The painting controller for Ed 209 was Ray Ling. And at first glance it looks like the paint is pretty minimal, with Ed being molded primarily in his characteristic gray color. But upon closer examination, you'll notice a lot of very cool subtlety in the paint apps, like the amazing paint job on the silver metallic parts, which could easily be mistaken for actual metal, or all the leaky oil coming out of the bolts on his legs. There's also lots of wear and chipped paint on Ed's feet and toes. He's also covered head to toe in warning labels. Ed 209 only comes with 3 accessories. That's really all you need. He comes with a set of 3 rockets that can be placed in the rocket launcher on his right arm. He also comes with a destroyed left arm, and 1 remote control unit in the form of the RoboCop movie logo. The remote control unit also doubles as a nice little nameplate. I would have loved it if the Ed 209 remote control actually looked like the Ed 209 logo. That way you could use it as a nameplate for him too. The only drawback to this figure is the remote-controlled audio. The phrases are clearly new audio that's definitely not taken from the film. But an easy fix for that is to just turn it off and never use it. There are 2 areas with Ed 209 where I would ask you to exercise some caution. This remote control is the only way to access the audio functions. If you should lose it or break it, you're out of luck. But losing all access to the audio functions may not be such a bad thing. Also, be careful with the silver paint from his arms. It can easily rub off onto the tops of his thighs. Audio weirdness aside, this is a really cool figure that's definitely worth the high price point, in my opinion. And if you're a RoboCop fan, I'm afraid you're going to have to buy him. Sorry. If you're interested in getting Ed 209, you can pick him up at Sideshow Collectibles or any other respectable online retailer. He costs $410, so you may want to take advantage of Sideshow's payment plan option. Well, that's going to do it for this episode of the Waste-Time Continuum. If you enjoyed this episode, please hit the like button. If you want to get all of my future episodes, you can hit the subscribe button. Please check out some of my older videos as well. If you want to keep up on all I'm working on, you can find links below to Facebook, Google+, and Twitter. And please check out my website at thewastetimecontinuum.com. See you next time.